Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie and today I'm going to be showing my favorite polishes for July. As you might know, I've been doing this birth month series that I only started in March, where I curate a bunch of polishes from my collection that I think capture the month, covering the birthstones, the Zodiacs, the birth month flowers, and of course some holidays. This month's lineup is definitely an interesting one, but I will talk more about it at the end. For now, let me show you my picks. July actually has a couple of birthstones, but since we'll be seeing those in other months, I'm just going to be focusing on the most popular, which is Ruby. I obviously had no choice but to choose ILNP's Ruby since it really is the perfect ruby red. Now, I personally wouldn't consider wearing a sparkly red outside of the holiday season, but if I had a July birthday, I could see myself wearing this one with some matching birthstone jewelry. I feel like that would just be such a look. This polish has a beautiful micro flaky or large shimmer kind of particle that just catches the light so beautifully. I feel like the way it twinkles really reminds me of how a precious gemstone sparkles. It really has such an opulent look. So I do have a secondary ruby pick, just in case the last one was a little too holiday for your taste. This one is Cirque Colors Blushing Queens, which is like a very, very deep raspberry cream, which I know isn't technically red. It definitely is very pink leaning, but I feel like I have seen some rubies lean into that more reddy pink sort of color, and I just think it is so beautiful. So whatever color of ruby you like, they're a stunning birthstone that symbolizes passion, love, and even peace and protection. Whenever I think of rubies, I just think of how beautiful they are as a precious gemstone. Like, I always associate them with like crowns and rings, so they just have a very royal feel to them. So we start off July in the watery sign of Cancer, which is definitely most known for being emotional and sensitive, but it's also very nurturing and compassionate. I was really drawn to Lurid's A Formidable Opponent, which is this enchanting blurple kind of base that has a bright blue shimmer and a silver reflective glitter coming together like a magical body of water that I just want to dive into. But I also thought the name was fitting since Cancers are symbolized by the crab, which has a hard shell and claws that are used to protect itself. So while they are very loving and comforting creatures, I feel like most people might underestimate Cancers and just associate them with being weak, but you definitely don't want to mess with them because they can do some damage. Then later in the month, we move into the one and only Leo season. Going from water to fire is quite the whiplash, but Leos are ready for anything. I had to choose Mooncat's I'm a Mother Effin' Supernova because the name alone is very much Leo energy. I mean, they're literally represented by the sun, and the sun gives us all life. Leos are also represented by the lion, which are as regal as they are proud, so gold is usually associated with the sign. And again, while I usually wear glitters during the holiday season, I love the idea of a blingy, attention-grabbing glitter mani in the middle of summer to really lean into the Leo energy. The birth month flower for July is the Larkspur, which is so fitting since it symbolizes lightness, pure fun, or joy, but also symbolizes an open heart and dedication, so I feel like it perfectly represents both Cancers and Leos. Larkspurs bloom in these really beautiful blue, violet kind of shades, and I thought OPI's Charge It to Their Room from last summer was a great match. I didn't realize it dried down matte though, so I did use a glossy top coat just because I love the shine. And I really love the color of this one too. I almost forgot I had it in my collection. The second flower associated with July is the water lily, and this is one of my personal favorites. It has long ties to Eastern cultures and represents enlightenment, but it can also symbolize life and love in general, which again, I think is just so fitting for the month. I feel like you usually see them in white, but they do also come in these soft shades of pink that I think can be perfectly represented by Olive Ave's Blossom, which I think is aptly named. It's this really delicate petal pink shade filled with glistening gold shimmer that really gives it this ethereal quality. It also kind of reminds me of a pastel sunrise. Now, getting into some holidays, we obviously have to start with the 4th of July. So I wouldn't really consider myself a patriotic person by any means. I'm actually pretty terrified about the state of our country, but I can get behind a cute little red, white, and blue mani. I wanted to highlight a new polish to my collection that I think is so perfect for the occasion. This is Liberty by ILNP. It came out a couple of years ago and is a white crelly with red and blue metallic flakes that I think just look so cute. I feel like we don't really see this color of blue flaky all too often in nail polishes, so I just really love that. I actually have another festive polish that I wanted to share. This one is a bit of an oldie from my collection. It's Noodles Nail Polish Sparkler. This is a fun micro glitter topper that has red, blue, and silver metallic and holographic glitters, and I just love how this looks. I usually wear this over blues, but I really love how you can see all the colors over a sheer pink. Did you know that World Chocolate Day is on July 7th? So to celebrate, I have 2 decadent chocolate browns, the first being Essie's No To Do, which is a creamy one-coat milk chocolate shade. It is literally so good. I shared this in my favorite browns video. It is just the perfect milk chocolate, but my personal preference is a dark chocolate, so you know I had to include OPI's Brown to Earth. It is just so deep, so luxurious and fudgy. I could also get away with this one in one coat because it's so dark, and I'm normally not a chocolate kind of person. I can only have like a little bite because it just becomes too sweet for me, but I would love to know if you love chocolate and which one you prefer. This next holiday might be my favorite, and it is National Mango Day, which is celebrated on the 22nd of July. I absolutely love mango anything, so I knew I had to highlight this holiday with one of my favorite mango-inspired polishes, Cirque's Mango Jelly from their glazed collection this year. Now, I know yellow jellies can be hit or miss. They're not going to be for everybody, but I freaking love this one. Maybe I'm swayed by the inspiration, but I do think it is such a fun and juicy shade for the summertime. And the literal last holiday that's celebrated on the 31st is National Avocado Day. I obviously had to use Nailpollies You're My Fav-urrito for this since it's literally a guacamole green cream. I love avocados so much. I would always eat them growing up just sliced or cubed with some salt or a little bit of lime. There really is nothing better than a perfectly ripe avocado since I can just eat it whole, but guac is definitely a close second. So that wraps up my best polishes for July. As always, I would love to know what you think of this month's lineup. Like I mentioned in some previous videos, whenever I do these like curated lineups, I don't try to make them super cohesive. It really is just giving like options for the different things associated with the month. Some months are definitely a lot more cohesive, and I feel like this one was definitely very random, but I do like that it gives some pretty unique options for the month because obviously I'm very much in like neon season mode, but I know not everybody likes that, so I feel like some of these are still like bright or even darker shades that are still very fitting for July, so I'm still really happy with these picks, but I'd love to know what you think down below so we can chat about it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!